none of the solutions will be simple. Every solution has an impact on someone else.
You're going to use these materials to make a plan and to recommend improvements to the city.
What can we do? We can't hold Denver Water accountable because once the water...
First you need to know what you're going to do, then you need to take action.
It makes me feel really good about myself because I feel I'm giving back something to the world to help our environment.
Hi, my name is Chris Dinero, and I've been involved with Earth Force since I was 13. Over the past few years, I've seen Earth Force grow into something that I'm really proud of. Earth Force is a national organization that helps kids improve the environment by getting involved in their communities. There are lots of us who see what's been happening to the planet, and we know we can make a difference, right here in our neighborhoods, working on things that are important to us, like
restore a pond,
create a carpool program,
reduce air pollution, protect wildlife habitats,
propose a noise reduction plan for wetlands preservation, meet with city government,
change energy consumption, work with town planners,
help restore water quality.
A lot of people want to help the environment, but they don't always know where to begin. This video will show you some kids from around the country using an Earth Force program called CAPS. They use CAPS to tackle environmental problems in their communities that they really care about and are important to the community. CAPS is short for Community Action and Problem Solving because that's what we do. There are CAPS programs in schools and youth organizations around the country, and we're still growing. In fact, we're adding new communities all the time. In this video, we'll be spending most of our time with the 7th grade class from Cole Middle School in Denver, Colorado, as they go through the steps needed to solve a big problem in their neighborhood. By going out and actually doing this research, you're able to come up with a whole list of environmental concerns. Then you want to talk to a variety of people to understand the different points of view that others may have about these concerns. But which issue to choose? The next step is something that the adults like to call issue selection. Which problem to work on? This is your first major decision. How are you going to narrow down your list to 1 or 2 things that you think are doable? Well, let's say you need to buy some new jeans, and there are so many different kinds to choose from. You'll probably consider things like style, comfort, brand, and of course price. Those are the criteria for your choice. But when you work on a group project, everyone has to agree on what the criteria are for their selection. Imagine trying to buy a pair of jeans with 10 other people if you don't first agree on the criteria. After the students at Cole Middle School had conducted their community inventory, they decided to work on the quality of their drinking water. It was an issue that affected everybody, it was serious, and they definitely thought that they could accomplish something.
My bathroom water tastes better than my kitchen water.
But in order to work on it, they had to narrow down the size of the problem. So they continued to do more research. They interviewed people from the Denver Water Authority, collected water samples from their neighborhood, and ran tests on them in their lab. What they discovered in the lab was pretty amazing. While they were trying to find out why their water tasted so funny, they discovered that the content of the lead in the water coming from their sinks was way higher than the amount of lead in the rest of Denver.
We took samples and the city's water is 12 and ours is 20.
They finally had identified their problem, so they named their project, If the Water is Nasty, Fix It. Okay, great, we're finally onto the fix it part. Or are we? To fix a problem, you need to figure out where the problem came from in the first place. Do people even know about this problem? If they are aware of it, has anybody else been trying to fix it? And is what they're doing really helping? Maybe there's a law, but nobody's really enforcing it. And who makes decisions about this problem anyway? Lots of questions need to be answered before any fixing can be done. Whoa, what are all those words? The police are going to practice in my community? Oh, I get it. It's like this. Policies are basically rules. Like if your school has a rule that says students have to wear uniforms. Practices are what people actually do when they have a choice. It's like what kind of clothes they wear on their own. Maybe I should just get back to my story. In Denver, the Cole students knew that the water in their homes tasted funny. Well, nasty. But who was responsible for it? They compared the differences in the samples they collected from the water that came from the city of Denver and the water that came directly from the sinks in their homes. Outside the houses, the city water tested fine. But once it got inside the older homes in the neighborhood, the lead content went way up. That was kind of puzzling, so they went on the internet to the Earth Force website. There they found a link to a website that showed how water going through old plumbing pipes ends up having more lead in it, which makes it really unhealthy. This information helped them figure out what to do next. Since the water in the city of Denver's pipes was fine, it wasn't really the city's responsibility to fix the problem. And if they couldn't look to change the city's policy, they had to look for some other way to fix it.
We can't hold the Denver Water Council because it's not their fault. It's the pipes.
It was the pipes in the homes that were old that were raising the levels of lead. So who owns the pipes? The homeowners. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. The next thing is to consider your realistic options for solving the problem. Then choose the best way to go about creating a long-term solution. Okay, the Denver students realized that one solution would be to change all the pipes in the homes. They researched how much it would cost each homeowner to replace the pipes and realized it was way too expensive. But what else could they do? They went back to the internet to see how other people were dealing with this kind of problem. That's where they found out about water filters for the home. They also found a company in their own community that bottles filtered water and were invited to take a tour of the plant. The filtered water not only tasted a lot better, but was healthier than their own water. After brainstorming different strategies, the group decided that their goal would be to help people understand that they could buy filters for their homes that didn't cost a lot and would eliminate most of the lead. They set about to change the practices of the people in their neighborhood, to get them to use filters when they hadn't before. It was really important to the kids in Denver that they come up with a long-term solution, some action that would make things better for a long time, not just a quick fix. Sometimes the only way to do that is to change people's habits. It might not be easy, but it's what you have to do if you want to make your solutions last. Finally, it's time to take action. But before Earth Force kids just jump in, they build a detailed action plan, piece by piece. The Earth Force team in Denver worked hard to build their action plan. They divided everything into tasks and decided who was going to do what. Then they made a schedule that they would follow in order to get everything done before the end of the school year. When they were satisfied with their plan, they put it into action. Using their maps, they divided the neighborhood up into sections. They assigned teams to go door to door to see if people in their neighborhood were interested in knowing more about water filters and maybe having a water filter installed in their homes.
Water filter in your house?
Sure, I would be.
For those that wanted filters, the students went back and helped to install them. But the story doesn't end here. It's time to celebrate.
Beat it up, beat it up, don't beat it up, beat it up, beat it up. So get out of me. Beat it up, beat it up, yo, beat it up, beat it up, beat it up, yo, yo.
After the pizza party, their teacher asked them to spend some time thinking back through all the work they had done and about the highs and the lows. In looking back, they also began to see what they could have done differently and what they would do to make their solutions last. They realized that they had actually found a problem and fixed it.